Engage New York, second grade, end of Module 4 assessment, and I'm going to model the solutions for problem 4, which is 4 parts. Sally went shopping. She spent $86 on groceries and $39 on clothing. How much more did Sally spend on groceries than on clothing? We've learned that how much more is a key word for subtraction. So right above that, I'm just gonna write a subtraction sign for myself so I know that that's the operation that I'm going to use. So how much more did she spend on groceries? She spent 86 there, then on clothing. She spent 39 there. So my equation is going to be 86 minus 39, and that's going to give me my answer. Now, we've learned several different ways to add and subtract to get a sum or a difference. On 86 minus 39, I'd like to use the arrow way for subtraction. So I'm going to start with 86, and I'm going to first subtract the tens. So 86 minus 30 is like 6 minus 0, which is 6, and 8 minus 3, which is 5. So 86 minus 30 is 56. Now I need to subtract 9 ones, but subtracting 9 ones from this 6 might be a little bit challenging. So what I'd like to do is try to get this 6 to be a 0. So in order to do that, I'm going to start with subtracting 6 ones. Now I'm not subtracting 6, I have to subtract 9. So my next step is going to be to subtract 3 more. So that will help me to subtract a total of 9 ones. 56 minus 6 is 50, and 50 minus 3, I can use my knowledge of decomposing a 10 because I know that 10 minus 3 is 7. So 50 minus 3 is going to be 47. We've also learned to end all of our story problems with a clearly written sentence that gives our answer. So how much more did Sally spend on groceries than on clothing? Sally spent $47 more on groceries than on clothing. My students always underline the numeric part of their answer and then circle their answer so that if someone is scoring their paper, it's very clear what their answer is. Letter B, after Sally's shopping trip, she had $12 left. How much money did she have to begin with? So I know that at the beginning of the shopping trip, Sally had the amount of money that she spent on groceries, which was $86, and she also had $39, and then at the end she had $12 left. So she had these 3 amounts to begin with. She had 86 plus 39 plus the amount she had left over, which is $12. So when I add those together, it's going to help me to figure out what she had to begin with. So I'm going to make a tape diagram of this problem. 86 plus 39 plus 12. Anytime I can add with a 0 in the ones place, I have simplified my work, made my problem easier. So I'd like to make this 39 a 40, and I'm going to do that by taking 1 away from the 12 here. 39 plus 1 is going to give me 40, which will leave me with 12 here. So if I rewrite that part of the problem, it's now going to be 86 plus 40, these two combined, plus 11. Now that I have a 0 in the ones place here, it's easy to combine with either the 86 or the 11. I'm going to combine the 86 I'm gonna combine the 40 with the 11. I know 40 plus 11 is 51. And now I'm going to make another tape diagram for 86 plus 51. 86 plus 51. And I can easily get that 51 down to a 0 in the ones place by giving 1 to the 86. So now I'll have 87 plus 50. If I add my ones place, I have 7 plus 0, which is 7. And I add my tens place, 8 plus 5 is like 8 plus 2 plus 3. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 3 more is 13 tens. So 137. And now I need to figure out how I write my answer in a sentence. How much money did she have to begin with? Sally had $137 to begin with. Letter C. If Sally hadn't purchased the clothing, would she have been able to afford a $55 necklace? Explain your answer. Well, we just figured out that Sally had $137 to start with. She had purchased $39 in clothing and $86 in groceries. So if she purchased $86 in clothing after $137, how much money did she have left? I'm going to solve this with a vertical equation and a chip model. So if she starts with 137 and spends only 86, will she have enough for a $55 necklace? Here's my chip model. I'm going to put 137 on my chip model. And then I'm going to subtract 86 to see what I've got. 7 minus 6 leaves me with 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. Now I have 3 tens, and that's not quite enough to take 8 tens away. So I need to unbundle my 100 and put those 10 tens in the tens place. So now I have no more tens, but I do have 13. I have no more hundreds, but I do have 13 tens. And that's plenty to take away 8. I'll subtract 5, 6, 7, 8, and that shows me that 13 minus 8 equals 5. So if Sally had not purchased the clothing, she would have $51 left. The question is that enough for her to afford a $55 necklace? And the answer is no. Sally would not have enough because 51 is not enough for something that costs $55. No, Sally would have $51 if she had not purchased the clothing. That would not be enough for a $55 necklace. Last question. Letter D. How much money would Sally need to buy the groceries, clothing, and the necklace? Well, she would need $86. She would need $39. And she would need $55. I'd like to solve this problem with a vertical equation and a chip model. 86 plus 39 plus 55. And let me put all 3 add-ins on a chip model. 86, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $39, 10, 20, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 55. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to combine all of those add-ins. I know that if I have 6 and I add 4 more, that I've got a 10. So here is a bundled 10. And 5 plus 4 plus 1 is actually another 10. So that leaves me with 21s, which is a 0 in the ones place and a 2 in the tens place. 6 plus 9 plus 5 is 20, 0 in the ones place and 2 in the tens place. Let's combine my tens. 8 plus 2 is 10. And then I can see that I have 6 more, 7, 8. So I have a total of 18 tens. That's an 8 in the tens place, and then 10 tens bundled to make 100. 8 tens, 100. Now I add my hundreds place. 1 plus 0 all the way down is 180. How much money would Sally need? Sally would need $180 to buy groceries, clothing, and